Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot him in the head.
Hello guys, Backroads here again. In this video I'm going to show you my trip to the Alps. The trip started from Athens. In 5:30 in the morning, 2 motorcycles, one Africa Twin Dual Sport and my GS 1250. I was loaded with 3 cases from GV, and the Africa Twin had side cases from Honda, top case from GV and a tank bag. Our first destination was Skopje, 700 kilometers away, and we are going to stay there for 1 day only. The temperature was good for the time of the day, 26 degrees, but we expected hot weather during the day. Since we wanted to avoid the hot weather and it was the longest part in a single day, we traveled at the highest speed we could. At North Greece the temperature and the humidity was not pleasant, but we reached the borders in short time. At first we stayed behind the other cars, but we saw other motorcycles go through, so we passed the cars, and the kind lady from the borders showed us the way where to go.
Yes. Okay, behind the BMW.
Behind the right one.
Okay. Thank you. Η κυρία θα ξανάρθει μετά από ένα καιρί.
Borders passed with no problems, and we are off to Skopje. The roads were in very good condition and the travel was easy. We reached the city, which had low traffic, and it was very easy to navigate through. We stayed at Queen's Hotel. It was very nice and cheap, and also had free parking. The minimum maintenance of the chain, every 500 kilometers oiling. For the GS, just lock it. The room was only 67 euros per night with breakfast. Food and the city was nice. and not expensive at all, but we had to go back to the hotel because it was a very tiring day. The next day started and we are off to Belgrade. The motorcycles are doing the kilometers easily. Consumption wise they are almost the same, but the conclusion will be the end of the video. Tolls are cheap and the border passing was easy. Roads in Serbia are very well maintained. The first 3 days we traveled through highways, but after the third day we decided it's too boring, so we switched to back roads. Gas stations were a bit messy and people tend to shout a lot. After some road constructions and traffic, we reached Belgrade. The basic plan we had for each day, it was first we go somewhere to eat, and then we go to the hotel to unload the motorcycles and rest for a couple hours. The hotel we stayed in Belgrade was Sky Hotel and the price was €200 for 2 nights, with breakfast and parking. The room was small but nice and the view from our floor was very good. in Belgrade we stayed 2 days to recharge our batteries and see the whole city.
Μαζεύει τώρα μάλλον μέσα.
And it's time for the first trophy sticker. The next day came and the destination was Zagreb in Croatia. For me, this was the most boring day of the trip because we stayed on the highway only, and the highways were completely straight with no interesting stuff to see. So this was the last day we took the highways, and from the next day it was back roads mostly. We did only one stop for refueling, and Zagreb it is. Most places we tried to eat were closed, but we find a very nice pizza place with a massive pizza for all of us. The hotel we stayed was Garden Hotel, and the price was 191 euros for 2 nights, and the parking was extra. Nothing special, but it was okay for the 2 nights we stayed. The city was extremely clean and very well maintained with an old school look. Food and ice cream were very nice and cheap, but we decided for the next day to go and see the Plitvice Lakes because it's a sighting you can't miss. Also, the road till there was amazing. But Plitvice Lakes are something unique. They tend to be very busy, and the price of the ticket is 40 euros, but it's worth the money for sure. Also, the parking for the motorcycles is free. This is the end of the part 1, but now I will show you what comes in part 2.